Welcome, everyone, to the beast that is the Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer. You are witnessing what happens when someone implements a proverbial shuffle button to everything that exists in Kingdom Hearts 2. The KH2 Randomizer, which we frequently refer to as rando, allows for everything in the game to move to a random location. This includes, but is not limited to, magics, visit unlocks, drives, summons, abilities, keyblades, and even bosses, among many others. In short, if it can be collected or fought, it's likely randomizable. What you are witnessing here is a specific setting of the rando called Fresh Faces 3, a setting intended for newcomers, beginners, and casual rando enjoyers to participate in some lighthearted competition and raise some money for an incredible cause. These settings are played on beginner difficulty to ensure everyone who joins can easily join the fun immediately. We also turned off the world that never was because it's full of organization members who gaslight us about our feelings and we feel bad when we die to them. We also turned off Atlantica because Roro has lasting trauma from singing the song in full from a previous charity event.
Hello, Daddy? Shin Flounder.
Also, to spare everybody the frustration, all super bosses are also junk and not relevant to the seed. In any case, the goal of these settings is to collect 3 proofs and the promise charm. Upon doing so, the player can talk to the GOA computer to be put in a room full of bulky vendors to level up and prepare for final fights. Time stops when the player defeats Final Xemnas. For the interest of time, we do not do the Dragon Xemnas fight because if you play a rando seed, we still want to make sure you eat your dinner on time. So final fights consist of the engines, the engine core, Armored Xemnas 1, Armored Xemnas 2, and Final Xemnas. But this is rando. How do you know where the proofs and promise charm are? Well, that's the neat thing, you don't. The way the KH2 Rando works is that instead of the Garden of Assemblage leading to data fights, they lead to playable worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2, with the entrance door to the GOA leading to the 100 Acre Wood. You can see the images on the GOA portals indicate which world each door represents. Okay, but how does a player keep track of what they have? Each player has a tracker that accomplishes 2 very important tasks. 1, what items have been collected and what world they have been collected in, and 2, hinting the player about the location of certain checks. When you look at the tracker, you can see which important checks were found in each world. Furthermore, in Fresh Faces 3, the color of the number helps you identify what the number means. A blue number indicates that the world is done. It has no more important checks left for you. A white number indicates that a world is unfinished. A green number indicates that a world has been hinted but has not yet been completed. But what is a hint? In Fresh Faces 3, each report spoils all of the checks in a random world. Reports can be found at the end of every first visit, so think Bailey, Scar, Darkthorn, Axel 2, TT1 Fairies, Shan Yu, and etc, etc. When you complete a first visit, you get a hint. The only exception is because there are 12 first visits but 13 reports, 1 report is out in the wild. If you're lucky, you might pick up a freebie. Together with these hints, you can start to deduce which worlds might be prime candidates for proofs. So you're brought up to speed on how the game and the tracker works, but what about the racing element? After all, while welcoming the newcomers and raising money for charity are the major goals, this is still a tournament. You might see 2 timers on a racer's UI. One will indicate the real time, i.e. how much time has actually passed since starting the seed. The other will indicate the loadless time, a time that subtracts any loading times because the player cannot do anything during loads. Racers are then compared by the loadless times to see who advances to the next round. With that, hopefully you're caught up to speed. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat if anything is unclear. The KH2 Randomizer community is incredibly supportive and happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you so much for tuning into Fresh Faces 3 and be sure to cheer for your favorite creator. And if you're a racer in Fresh Faces 3, may your heart be your guiding key. Disclaimer, heart may lie to you about where the proofs and promise charm are.